We are precisely on time, Matt, and now we are live.
All right, if you say so.
I do.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we don't really have a plan tonight, so we just gonna wing it.
We do not have a plan tonight, but sometimes that makes for the best shows.
I'm also slowly getting hangry.
The yogurt did not satiate your entire amount of hunger.
No, may have 20 grams of protein, but no.
Can you like Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever you have a credit for? Can you like get some like gluten-free pizza?
I mean, I'm sure I could. I'd also be paying like $60 for one pizza at this point.
There is that, yeah. Yeah, there is that.
The upcharge
I,
is a
I
little
can't
ridiculous.
I can't help you with that.
Nope.
But welcome on in, everybody. It is our usual Thursday. I do have to ask Matt as we're getting people in, have you watched Academy yet? Starfleet Academy.
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't taken the time to sit down and watch a full episode.
Okay. The final came out um, last night into today, and I watched it on my lunch. And what I will say, and this is not a spoiler, this is just a true fact, is like you remember as you're watching something like this that like Holly Hunter has an Oscar and
Mm-hmm.
like Paul Giamatti has been nominated for them and Miscellany is like really good. Like you become acutely aware that like the acting is really good. Like you can have quibbles with like the kids and like the fact that like it's set in like an academy and all of that. You can have quibbles there. Totally get it. But like the three like quote heavy hitting actors like listed on there just acting all together in a scene, you're like, "Oh, no, these are real actors like who are doing their jobs." Like it is very cool.
See, what I thought you were going to say is, yes, they have all these accolades, but they're very clearly working for scale because the writing is just so bad.
See, I don't think the writing is bad. I think the writing is actually pretty good.
Okay.
I am also more used to the type of media that this is aimed for. Um, so like the teenage stuff doesn't really bother me. It doesn't like take me out of the Star Trek world. Um, or some of the people who were reviewing this, like there are sites like recruiting people who hate the show to write about it because they want it to die for whatever reason. Um, which is dumb.
It's the same as always. New track is terrible. Give me back my old track. Except
Yeah.
you can't get your old track because it's been 40 years since your old track launched, and those people can't play those roles anymore.
Also, we had Picard, and it was not great. Like, we in fact had Old Trek come back, and it was mixed. Josh,
Yeah,
we start talking Star Trek, and Josh shows up.
but the people who hate it now, professionally hate it now, hate new old track because it was woke Picard.
Yeah. Is there a hard ceiling or rule for velocity with Wells Fargo? Matt, this is a question for you.
Is there a hard and fast rule with Wells Fargo? No, not that they publish it, but you remember when Chase didn't officially acknowledge the number of cards that you applied for in a 24-month period? Yeah, it's that. They're not saying that it is that they have a 524 rule, but they're not saying that they don't have a 524 rule. And I hate that I
Which is
said
fair.
524 like multiple times.
It's
You
I
could
don't
certainly go for it.
understand your dislike. Like it's just a term, Matt. Like it's okay. You can say 524.
It's adding to their marketing. It's annoying.
It's not their marketing. It's just a fact that they had that they seem to be laxing on. Like it's not it can't hurt you. The 524 is not in the room with you right now.
You don't know that.
I do. I do know that. It's been fast. Is Marriott cool again, Matt?
Cool again is subjective. So a couple things happened with Marriott today. The Brilliant has a 200,000 point welcome offer. The Bevy has a 175,000 point welcome offer. Apparently, the Bonvoy business card, which I didn't even cover in the video, has a 5 free night certificate offer. The Boundless, which just had a 5 free night certificate, went down to 3 free night certificate, but it's got another tier to it where you spend another $1,000. Hey, Chad, you spend another $1,000 and you can get a 4th free night. So there's that. Oh, and the Marriott Free Night Award that was that had limits of like 35K, 50K, 85K. You could top them up for 15 extra thousand points. You can now move that to 25,000 points. So when a 35K award could go up to a 50K award, now it can go up to a 60K award, which means that the hotels that were 50,200 points a night to book because they didn't want you using the 50K award, well, now they're going to go up to 60,200 points. But good customer move by Marriott that the hotels are going to ruin.
Charvizio's saying they were denied for the active cash, 7 months without a new card, and they were declined for open accounts. So they have something. It might not be 524, but it is, we don't like you, give time.
I have a pretty decent relationship with Wells Fargo. I have been with them now for almost 20 years. I have slow rolled my applications with them. I haven't had issues. So like the things that folks with Velocity are running into, I don't have that issue.
Yeah. Kirby is saying he thinks that your sound is coming through your headphones and not your mic in front of you. You might want to check that.
No, it's even worse. It's coming from the it was coming from the monitor in front of me.
Oh, even better. It depends on where you are, Keith. If you tell me what episode you're on, I can give you thoughts because there are points. I get it. There are points, but it's kind of meant to be immature because they're cadets. Let's see. So staying at the hotel helps.
Booking at Marriott definitely will help because you're going to be earning like 17 to 21x, 21.5x. You can buy Marriott points relatively cheaply to hit your welcome offers. You can buy, you can transfer from Chase if you really want to. You can transfer from Bilt if you want to. You can transfer from Amex if you want to. Considering the magical potato gun cannon of points and like happiness that Amex seems to offer, you could easily move some points over from there because you can always get Amex points.
We have two people, similar thoughts. Cynic and me thinks they'll just bump everything up. And then Juan is talking about how it's going to be a false one because they're...
Yeah. And this is why owning the hotels outright would be better for Marriott and be better for like the Hiltons and the Hyatts of the world. So like you can actually not have this be the case. Like a bullpocky Courtyard that shouldn't be 50,000 points is going to price itself to 50,000 points because they don't want people using free night certificates. The property management company that runs that Marriott doesn't want people staying on free night certificates. Like that level, that layer between like the reward program and the customer is antithetical to both. And they're going to run roughshod over it. Like it's a good customer service move by Marriott, and Marriott doesn't do that often and needs to be like applauded for it. But they go on, but the folks in the middle are going to ruin it for us.
Thank you for the $1.99, Keith. Yeah, they can foretold bad things, but sometimes it's simply, hey, we need more people to sign up for our credit cards. Like it doesn't always mean there's going to be a future deval. Sometimes it literally can just be, please sign up for our credit cards and use them.
Yep.
though Marriott's are not super strong earners. Kirby, my friend, make an account for everything. Just make it. They're free. Make the account.
Yes.
Also, hi John.
Yep.
Yeah, like I have a Marriott account. I don't often use my Marriott account, but I have one. I have gold through my platinum card, so that helps too.
I have a Marriott account. I want to say 7,000 points in my Marriott account, and I still have gold because I pay for it through CitizenM.
I have to. So, how is that? We haven't really talked about it since you did it. How is the whole CitizenM thing working for you? Is the juice worth the squeeze so far?
So I haven't had the opportunity to stay at a CitizenM specifically, right? So like my CitizenM will give you some extras, or is supposed to give you extras at CitizenM's. Haven't had the time.
So is this like my intercontinental benefit where I get IHG status, but also specific intercontinental stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
So you got a couple of little extras at CitizenM properties. Is it like the greatest thing ever? No, but the main benefit that I bought it for was they announced that it was going to give you access to Marriott Gold. I don't know how long it's going to give me access to Marriott Gold. I'm sure I can buy it again because they jacked the price up from $120 to $170. So I made sure to buy it at $120, and I have kept my Marriott Gold. How many Marriotts have I stayed at since purchasing it? Not many, but I want the option to have gold status when I do.
See, I care about status in a very narrow band, and then from there I care about status not at all. Like I don't care I don't have Hyatt status, right? Like that one doesn't bother me. If I didn't have Marriott status, I also would not care about that, even though I have Marriott status. I care that I have Hilton status because I do stay there a fair bit, though that has been less this year. I definitely care about IHG status, care about Delta status. So it's one of those things where you want status everywhere you go. I want higher status at a smaller number of places.
Yeah. And I will pay for status to go kind of wherever. It also works on the new 3-night and 4-night. So it's a nice little reprieve. Is it the greatest? No, but it's better. It seems the Ritz card no longer gives you gold status, as I received an email that my status has changed to silver.
Well, that would be
bad.
That would be bad. This is highly dependent, Keith. Highly dependent on who you are. This would be hold on. I can't even go check it out because the Ritz card doesn't have a site.
Yeah. Hold on.
Discord, and you're comfortable. Screenshot. You don't have to put your personal information, but screenshot the actual body of the email because I'm very interested, and put it in the Discord.
Juan may have to join our Discord, which stackypoints.com. Join the Discord there.
Vincent and Double, I promise I will get to your questions, but this is a little bit of a breaking thing.
So the Ritz-Carlton card website, hang on. So the Ritz card benefit, I'm on the Marriott.chase.com/Ritz-Carlton benefits. Automatic gold status is still listed as a benefit on the web page. Now I'd have to go into the card's terms and terms and conditions, but you should still get 3 club level upgrade certificates, all of that. Juan, did this change after your whoop?
Oh no, keep going.
Sorry, this change?
It was the wording.
After your annual fee posted? Has your new annual fee posted? Use the credit. Oh yeah.
Use the credit with any paid stay at the Ritz-Carlton or St. Regis of 2 nights or more. Oh, okay, cool. Let me find the terms and conditions.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. If you put the path to at least status benefits, you put the Ritz-Carlton card in. It does say automatic gold status, but there is a 1. Please allow 8 weeks from the account open date for your status to qualify. Your account must be open and not in default. If you do not qualify, only 1 card per account. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything in here about you having to do anything.
Yeah.
Called Marriott customer service and they told me I had to be on Chase's side.
I mean, had to be on Chase's side.
I would definitely call Chase, like actually call them and not just use the portal and see what they say.
Yes.
But I would definitely want to follow up there.
Yep. I'm still surprised. Like, I don't know that they would reconfigure the Ritz card at this point. Well, there's still time. I don't know the exact timing. I've thought that the timing of the trilateral agreement between Chase, American Express, and Marriott was through 2029. If that is still the case, right, we are 3 years early. And I don't think that we would see a significant change to the Ritz card like that, because that's a nerf. Like, gold status with Marriott isn't particularly compelling in any way, shape, or form. But it's kind of annoying. Plus, wait, don't you also have the platinum card? Your gold status should go through the platinum as well.
Yeah, that was Double's question, if he canceled something.
Yeah, that is. But it would be weird that they take it away, for sure.
Yeah, unless something else is going, like Chase sent something weird, or if it's a technical issue, I don't know.
Could be.
Going back in the thing, do you think Tawny Newsome could become another Star Trek actor during director? I mean, she wrote an episode of Academy, and it was one of the strongest episodes of Academy. She also just is a giant nerd, and that is incredibly important in Star Trek. We need more nerds, like in positions of leadership in Star Trek. Like, that's why I think Lower Decks was as good as it was, because it was led by somebody who is a giant nerd.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, let's just open my Bonvoy account. My Bonvoy account should still show gold.
Now I want to open my Bonvoy account, which it's going to be like moths flying out.
Update on Middle East hotel reservations. I'm not going to find out more because I'm not going there. Yeah, I'm still gold.
So Double's got a question, Matt. You can ask 3 questions to somebody to recommend them a credit card. What would the 3 questions be?
Do you like to travel? If so, how often? Because that will guide a lot of the responses. That will guide a lot of your recommendations from jump. If there's somebody who likes to travel a lot, now you're going to be looking at premium travel cards. You're going to be looking at, premium hotel or airline cards. Are you someone who is willing to research points and mile stays and trips, or are you someone who wants something even simpler and just take cash back and apply it toward your trip? And the third one would be how open to creativity do you think you'd want to be? And not necessarily in terms of your spend, but more so in terms of creating a credit card strategy for yourself.
I think those are solid.
But the first one should be, how often do you travel? Do you plan on traveling? And if so, how often? I think is one of the best first questions you should ask if you only have 3 questions to ask.
Yeah, I think mine would be something like, do you want to play with points or would you prefer cashback? Which I think you're sort of getting to with your second question. I would ask them, just because of how I think, if they have any partners, like if they love staying at Hilton's anyway, like, or they love staying at Hyatt, whatever, right? If they have those partners that they already gravitate to without credit cards, like, if they're big fans of IHG, I'm not going to steer them to Amex, right?
Yep.
Like you can book through the portal, but like I'm going to say, hey, the IHG Premier is a really good card. That might be an option. And then I would probably ask about categories, because if this is somebody who wants a credit card or, 2 or 3 versus as many as we all have, categories are going to matter if they're not going to be sub hunting or anything like that. So I would sort of focus on those areas. But I think Matt and I are on very similar pages there.
Yep. Source King had a question earlier that I would have to throw my disclaimer at, but
yes, throw your disclaimer.
Sure. So Source King asks, will my Hertz status reflect when booking through Rove? And so disclaimer, I moderate a Facebook group, the Travel Deals with Rove Facebook group. They give me points for doing so. So will my Hertz status reflect? As long as you are booking. So when you click through Hertz from the shopping portal on Rove, because there's no direct rental portion of the travel portal. So when you click through from shopping, once you sign in, it's just like it is just making a direct booking through the rental, through the company. So if you have your status there, you should be fine. So if you've got President Circle by way of the Venture X, once you're logged in, it should reflect your President Circle and you're good to go.
Yes. Just what we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Kind of, sort of, nothing I can really talk about, but there will be stuff later. The fact
they have. Oh, go ahead.
They have some interesting plays in mind.
And I said this when we were talking about it before, and I'm a woman of my word. They have Delta now. So the next time I have to book Delta, I either am going to just buy the gift cards for what I want and then go book directly through Delta, or book through here. It depends on the mood and the pricing. And if I wouldn't do that if I'm traveling with people, because if something goes wrong, I want us all on the same ticket. But like the next solo trip I have a couple of solo trips I want to do. Is there an upcoming Rove meetup in New York City? Matt, why don't you tell the people about the one you went to and then answer Keith's question?
Sure. So there was one on March 7th. They met at 11 Grand. I don't know. It's a bar on at 11 6th Avenue. It was very loud, playing really nice like 90s alternative music all night, which was awesome for me, but very loud. So we eventually moved to another location. There was about 9 people from the start. We finished the night at a place called Pasquale Jones on not McDougal Street, because if it was on McDougal Street, I would have gone to Pomfret. It was on, I forget. But it ended up being like 7 people at the end of the night. It was really interesting. Carissa, the marketing director, was the only person from Rove there. I wanted to, I was hoping to meet Max Morgenroth, the CEO, but he is not there. He was not there. So we got to talking a bunch of stuff. Carissa mentioned that SAS was going to be the new transfer partner. This was before things officially launched on Monday. I recorded my video the next day to drop on Monday morning. We spoke, we talked about a bunch of different things. They've got some interest. They've got a couple more partners. They've got at least one more partner planned for this month. I haven't gotten the okay to like put together a video on it. I haven't gotten my embargo notice on it. They're also going to give me an affiliate link at some point so that my signups won't be 500 miles. I'll probably get the 1500 mile. So that will be cool if I get it.
Matt's a fancy man.
Yes. Got some tea on some other stuff that I can't disclose here, but I'll just go with I'm their favorite YouTuber. There are other YouTubers who talk about Rove that they are less than thrilled with. Upcoming, they're trying to do New York monthly since that's where the headquarters are. The Rove Insiders Facebook group is probably the best place to go for it, but I will let you know when the next meetup is. Because it hasn't been posted for the April one hasn't been posted, and I know that they are doing San Diego this weekend, Vegas next month, and St. Louis in May, but they always try to do a New York one as well.
This is not good.
That's not great. And I've got people being willfully obtuse in the Rove Insider group. My Bonvoy status is showing in my wallet as gold, but I also paid for it.
But you also don't have the Ritz card.
Yes, this is also true.
Oh,
thank you, Keith.
Thank you. I have not heard of the X Money debit because I don't use debit cards like that.
Okay. This coming from a grifter and con man, this is an amazing grift. I don't have nice things to say about the X Money founder because I refuse to call it X. This is going to be Twitter money.
Elon Musk that X. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Elon
now
Musk
I know where we are.
Twitter, and he claims that he's going to turn Twitter. His claim was that he was going to turn Twitter into the everything app, where in the same vein as like WeChat and whatever. So they're coming out with a debit card where the account will have 6% APY uncapped, no minimums to receive the 6% APY. The debit card is going to return 3% on all purchases. There's no way this is sustainable. The people who are going to break it is going to break it. This is your time to take Elon's money. It's not Elon's money. Elon's not putting up his personal money to do this, first and foremost. Elon doesn't have personal money to put this up.
This is demonstrably false. Most of his money is made up. Like it is valuations on things that he did not create. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. He is a bigger grifter than Ponzi.
That's impressive.
So what they're calling, what it's going to be supposedly, and I have no way to think that this is going to work in any way, shape, or form. 6% APY. Hey, Clinton. Because one is not enough. That's why.
Yeah. 2 dinners.
Yeah. So 6% APY with no minimum. There's no way that that's sustainable, right? This is going to be taking your money to finance whatever he can. He's combined Twitter with XAI, with what he calls XAI, which is just Grok. He is hiding behind shell company. This is not going to be sustainable. It's going to be done through Coastal Community Bank. They're the bank putting this up. I don't think Coastal Community Bank wants to do something like that.
Sorry. Facebook. Yes. Go to the Rove Insiders Facebook. Sorry. Yes. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted that not to get lost.
Yep. This is going to take Coastal Community Bank will have to keep money for fractional reserve banking in a time where crime is legal and financial crime is way more than legal. There's absolutely no way that this isn't going to lead to moving money from X whatever to storing that money into SpaceX or whatever else, you're handing over your private identifying information, and you're handing over your purchasing history for the idea that you're going to get 3% and 6% APY back. The second they miss an interest payment to you, there'll be no repercussions to them.
Yeah. Here's a palate cleanser. What's an effective way of earning Delta Platinum Medallion status, and if it's worth it if you fly? Delta Platinum or Delta Reserve cards will give you silver if you have 2 of them. So if you have a personal and business, or if you get 2 personal, 2 business. The Reserve also gives you first class continental. So if you fly, in the United States at all, you and a companion basically get it for the price of 1 ticket. So there's that. The Platinum gives it for main cabin. You can upgrade it after the fact. So there's that. So that'll give you 5,000 MQD, which will get you to silver. And then it would be 10,000 in spend at Delta. Either Delta Stays, if they have the MQD promotion, or Delta Stays in a car will get you MQDs, or Delta Vacations, or just Delta Flights. So if you're doing Delta 2 or 3 times a year and you want Platinum to do that, it can be worth it. I think Delta Platinum status matches to a high enough status where you'll be able to get more perks when you're out of the country as well. You can do it that way. I have 2 Delta cards. I use my certificates every year, and that pays basically double my annual fee to be able to do that. So I think it's a great deal. Even if you don't, even if you just hit, quote, just hit gold, it helps Platinum. You also get different customer service. So if something goes wrong, you'll get more miles per dollar, all of that. But yeah, it's not terribly hard to do it. You also get 10, for every $10 you spend, you get an MQD plus the MQD for that spend. So you can increase it that way. But yeah. And we're done with the Elon Musk talk. You guys can talk about it in the comments. I'm not going to stop you there, but Matt and I are done for right now.
Yeah, if you were to be a crazy person and hold all 4 of the business platinum, the business reserve, and the reserve, you would have 10,000 MQDs. That would get you gold, and then you'd only need 5,000 MQDs after that if you wanted to pay those huge and that huge amount of annual fee.
I mean, it would be less than $2,000 to do it for automatic gold.
Yeah.
And then 5,000 in spend to get to platinum. It is not the most unreasonable way to quote buy status. Like if for $7,000, roughly $7,000, you want platinum, like you have decided like the status match works for you, or the increased whatever works for you, 7,000, the 2,000 for annual fees plus the spend, like that's not a bad deal. It is one of the more, I will say, it is one of the more straightforward ways to just buy status. Like there is not the flight requirement with Delta the way there are with other companies. The only thing I wish is like the shopping portal gives you no MQDs. It will give you miles. You can use those miles for flights that will give you MQDs, but you do not get MQDs through the shopping portal.
Yeah.
Except if you use one of their cards, and then you get the MQD that way.
Yep. Alternatively, right now, I think the Air France card from Bank of America is offering enough XP through Air France to get a relatively decent Sky Team status that you can status match over to potentially Delta Platinum, but I don't know offhand. So yeah, there's that. Is Delta status that good to be worth buying? It's going to be in the eye of the beholder for sure. If you fly Delta enough, yes. If you value the extra points per dollar, the extra like the accelerators, and some of the other benefits that come with status, it can definitely work out great. I don't remember what exactly you get with platinum. I saw like 4 what was it, 4 upgrades that you could get per year.
You get a perk basically. You
Yeah.
get one of the perks. You can get upgrade certs. You can get $1,000 boost to your MQD total. You can get statement credits. Like there's a bunch of things that you can get. You can get
give silver
Starbucks
status.
stars if you really are deep into Starbucks. Which is funny because Salt Lake City is a big Delta hub. It also is going to depend on how you fly. I fly first always. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So for me, like the extra, if I ever have a problem having the platinum line, the extra miles per dollar, all of that to me is worth it. For other people, they might not see it that way. It's totally fine. Every single status is in the eye of the beholder. I do not care about Marriott Gold at all. Matt pays for it.
Yep.
Like Matt cares about it, so he pays for it. We all end up paying for our status one way or another, either through an annual fee or through a membership. Like I pay for Intercontinental. I don't pay for a status I don't get because I get platinum through my card and I quote pay for platinum, but I want the cert that I get for an Intercontinental stay. So I basically pay for it. Yeah, if you're flying economy, gold is probably as high as you want to go. And if you're flying that many times a year, you might hit gold anyway. Maybe.
Depending on cash price. Because it's
you
one
would hit
MQD,
probably silver.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to start at silver with the accelerator, like with 2 accelerators, you could for like $700. Then you do your flights. With Delta tickets, remember Delta tickets, it's 1 MQD per dollar on the Delta ticket, and you get like the extra MQDs for every $20 on the platinum card or every $10 on the reserve. So like cash prices can definitely work out pretty well.
It is.
But if you're just flying economy, if you're getting those upgrades, a lot of like depending on the level of upgrade that you're getting, most likely you're getting moved up to Comfort Plus. If you're flying out of SLC, which is a Delta hub, you may or may not be getting Comfort Plus. But you can definitely qualify for at least gold relatively easily with flights, 7 or 8 flights a year. Buying Hyatt Globalist using the corporate challenge ended up being really straightforward in 2 stays, and it's been so worth it. Yeah. While you have the stays going, like you got to do the 20 stays, but once you complete the 20 stays and you have Globalist, like it's Globalist Lite, whatever, it's still Globalist. You get all the benefits of Globalist with no problem. I'm in a Delta hub and I do a lot of Delta Airbnb stays and cruises, so it works for me. Plus I fly Comfort Plus, 2 first class and business overseas when I do. Yeah. And those are great uses of Delta points across the board. Like Delta, okay, so Delta with its members, and I think this applies, the higher up the chain that you go, Delta can get you some pretty amazing like value with cent per point. They hide it. They hide it from plebes, right? And so you can get some really good deals if you have high enough status. Like Chad from Officials Chad's Money Minutes, he was in the chat earlier. He may still be like lurking around. Like Chad with his platinum status now will probably be able to find pretty good, like 2 amazing deals with Sky Miles, to a point where he could get, a couple of cent per point with Sky Miles, where most people will only see like the 1.3, 1.4, 1.6 cent per point Sky Mile deals, which is what leads people to refer to them as Sky Pesos. But Delta will give its members some pretty strong, and especially members who hold the card and have status, they're going to show them way better deals than you're going to find on your own.
Also, like, the soft product is also better.
Yep.
Like, and that is completely subjective. That is going to be people's personal opinion, but like, the soft product is just better with Delta that I have found, right? Like, anytime I have been on a Delta flight, and some of it is sitting in first class, some of it is just I fly similar routes, so I get some of the same people. I've always been taken care of very well. Like, anybody in my party has always been taken care of very, very well. And I think that to me is worth any discrepancy. I haven't been on an international flight, so I can't speak to that part of it, but I find, like, I go across the country and I always have a good time, like, on Delta. Again, Trevizio, I am not sitting in basic economy. I don't ever want to sit in basic economy. I am not booking a flight where I'm in basic economy. So I don't have to worry about that as much. Again, it's just a different philosophy. To me, booking a higher class flight is part of my vacation.
I like having a carry-on, so I will never book basic economy, and I like to occasionally check a bag, which you can't do on basic economy.
It was my family just went. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Can't pay to upgrade to get those abilities when you book basic economy.
So we were just in Florida for a family trip down to see my grandmother, and I don't know if your family is like this, Matt, but mine is. You go and visit a relative and they just give you things. Like, here's a nativity set that, like, is 40 years old, and my grandmother gave it to my mom, right? Like, relatives, and this might be more for women than for men, but my grandmother will just give my mom things every time we go to visit. She will give her, like, just random things, and she's like, here. So my mom was like, hey, do we get bags for the flight home? Can we check bags? And how much would it be? And I said, yeah, we're in first class. We get to check a couple of bags. We actually got to check 3 each for free. So we could have checked 9 bags. I thought it was 2. We could have checked 9 total bags. We ended up, the 3 of us each checked our one that we had carried on the way down because we were going home. So if they lost our bag, oh well, we'll come get it. And then we checked the one full of things for my grandmother, for my mom. And it was great. Like, it was nice not to have to deal with bags going through the Atlanta airport. But I didn't have to worry about paying for it. It was just boom, there you go. I have been looking this up. I have seen like 10,000 that people can do, or 15,
20. It might be 20.
It may be 20. I have not seen where you can go over 60 though. That seems to be the hard cap.
Yeah.
You can. I have found lower. If I really look and open up, like, dates and things, I can find lower. I'm also on the East Coast, and if I ever were to travel internationally, it would be, like, to Scotland, so that also helps.
Yeah. Ran into bad weather delays yesterday on my way to the cruise, so ended up arriving 3 hours early. Ooh, hit the delay lottery and got moved to a nonstop from connecting flights. Nice. Delays can be good. They can be. But when you lose that lottery, life's bad.
Double, I know you asked earlier, and I can't find it as I'm scrolling. You asked how the non-pro life is. My Neo is coming tomorrow. So I will be able to tell you Monday when Matt asks me how I am. I will be able to give a full weekend review of my Neo. So that is what I can do. Will I win my competition today? I hope you do. I don't know what kind of competition it is, but I hope you win it.
Yeah. Same.
Would I rather switch from Mac to PC or only fly economy? I would never fly again. I would find a way to Amtrak everything. My vacation might only be taking the Amtrak somewhere and then turning around and coming back. But my work computer is a PC. So I am on a PC for 40 hours a week. I am not somebody who hasn't touched a PC in like 10 years. Like I spend every working hour of my life on a PC. I do not like being on a PC. I don't like being on a PC enough that I would just not fly anymore. I would go on trips I could either drive to or take Amtrak. I would probably not leave the East Coast again.
I still think Linux is worth pursuing.
I have a Linux computer in my home because my stepfather is also a nerd. And he has things like Linux and Raspberry Pis. I do not care for Linux. I have tried it. Don't like it. I like Mac OS. I like iPad OS. I like iOS. Like I know what I like. It's like first class. I know what I like. I'm going to just pay for the thing I like.
Yeah.
I predict serious addiction withdrawals when I lose globalist status. Yeah. When you have a status that you like, it becomes a thing. No, seriously, Juan. Like you get to a certain point in some families and you're just given like, here's a couch. I don't have room for it. Doesn't matter. Here's your couch.
I luckily don't have that problem, but
more wise to start with an airline or hotel card first. I'm not loyal to any hotel or airline. Minimal traveler. If you're gonna start with anything, get something with a general travel category. And then go from there. Like Wells Fargo autograph journey, if you want to actually do something, would serve you very well. If you super want to be an Amex for some reason and you do a lot of dining and transit, the green, the CSP, Chase Sapphire Preferred, City Strata Premier is the one with travel on it. Get something like that if you're not loyal to anything and you don't travel a lot. That will do you better because there will be other categories other than just travel.
Yes, but sign up for everything. And then as you travel, the little bit that you travel, if you find that, hey, I really liked my experiences at IHG, then start looking at the IHG Traveler card. It's going to come with like crap status, but it's no annual fee. If you really like your stays at IHG and want to dedicate yourself to IHG, then you got the IHG Premier, which is a pretty dang good card. And then there should be a higher tier one by the end of this year. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Who knows?
I would be very happy about that. Yeah. I want to do a cross country or do like the what is it? The California Zephyr. There's also a train that goes across Canada. Like you start in Vancouver and you end up in, I think it's Toronto. It's either Toronto or Montreal.
Pop on back to
yeah. I mean, I could also fly from Montreal to my local airport. I could do that too. Or fly from Montreal to LaGuardia and then take the train home. I could do so many things. Once I'm on the East Coast of Canada and the US, like I have so many ways. Diamond Rice, Matt, what distro of Linux do you use?
When I play with it, I will usually just default to Ubuntu or some flavor of Ubuntu. I've been meaning to play with Arch and Manjaro, but I just haven't had the time. If I ever build a gaming specific setup, I'll probably just grab one of the gaming specific distros as well, because there's the Steam has their own version of Linux that's based off of Arch, and there's another one that's also pretty good on Arch. But I'm talking oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I was going to talk like Arch for Dummies, not the Arch that you have to hard code yourself.
I love this for you, Clinton. I do. It could not be me. Like it couldn't. I understand what you're saying. I will fly first class if the flight is an hour. I will fly first class for Lonnie's flight to the grocery store. Just no. With all of these hotel changes out of the big four, what combination of two would you pick for value and geographical coverage? I think you have to pick a Hilton or Marriott for one. Let me finish.
Okay.
You can disagree.
Okay.
I think you have to pick Hilton, Marriott, or IHG for coverage. And then if you want Hyatt, go Hyatt as your second. I like IHG and Hilton personally. That covers everywhere I'm going to be.
Yeah. Well, when you're saying Marriott and Hilton only at first, I was going to say, but IHG is right there. So I think IHG is a good base for sure. Lots of different ways now to book IHG with status with your cards and direct at IHG or through the Chase Travel Portal now. IHG is a really easy bet. Alternatively, the second one can depend on what you want to do. Wyndham still has a reward chart that makes a fair amount of sense. Like the Hyatt award chart is still going to make sense, but like Wyndham still has more properties than Hyatt. So Wyndham could be an option if you so chose. You could use Choice as a secondary. You could use, or you could just decide that like IHG will cover most of my needs, and then you could go into like a really niche hotel program, like I don't know, Omni, where there's only like 50 properties across the country, but they're really, really nice properties.
He did say out of the big four, to be fair.
Yeah, what combination of two would you pick for value and geographical coverage? IHG's got you pretty much covered. If IHG doesn't have something, there should be a Marriott or Hilton available to you. Marriott has more rooms and more properties globally than almost any other hotel chain. IHG is also in that top three. And I'm still mad at Hilton right now.
Like, I'm not super jazzed at Hilton, but I still use them occasionally. Yeah, no, the Canadian, I've watched videos on that train. I would like to do it.
Yep.
I don't want to do the $10,000 one, to be fair.
Knock out some locomotives.
It would. Yeah, I've actually watched that video, Keith. Yes. Hi. Welcome.
Thanks, Dong.
RJ. So I actually have a pilot in my family and could, in theory, sit shotgun in a plane. Do I want to be in the plane with this person? I don't know, but I could.
Yep.
I could see that for you, Keith. I could see that on your journey.
Fairmount and Raffles are right there. I prefer, also has like 600 properties like Hyatt. The City 1 to 4 is starting to get more talk for sure. I'm gonna
let you answer this one first, Matt.
Just yes.
I have unsubscribed from almost all credit card YouTubers, and I go to the channels of the people I want to watch. Like, because we have the Discord where people can put their videos in, like if John puts a video in, I will go watch that if it's something I'm interested in. If Matt puts a video in that I'm interested in, I will go watch that. If Lonnie puts a video that's public, I will go watch that. Like, I have become more selective with my watching of videos because I consume so much credit card stuff. Right? Like, I read a lot about credit cards. I read a lot of like the Danny the Deal Guru or whatever. When a new card drops, I talk about credit cards a lot. Like, the last thing I sometimes want to do is listen to a credit card YouTuber talk about a thing that we just spent 35 minutes on the podcast talking about. Not because I'm not interested, not because they don't do a good job, just because I try not. So, and I don't know if this is a you thing as well, Matt. If I know we're going to talk about a thing, right? Like if I see that you or Lonnie have put a topic in, I don't want to watch a bunch of videos on that topic because I don't want to necessarily crib or plagiarize somebody else's view on that topic, right? Like, And I think it's a little bit different with you and Lonnie's videos because if I'm on a show with you and you just did a video on it, watching your video on that just sort of gives me context to the things you're going to say anyway. But if, say, John does a video on a new Delta card, for me, I rather be on the podcast, talk about that card, and then go watch John's video because it makes sure that like I want to be informed. I'm going to read the information about the card. I'm going to talk about it in the Discord. I might even talk to John about it, right? But to watch somebody's video, to me, I'm going to absorb more than I necessarily want of their opinions before I'm about to be on the podcast. And that this is more podcast specific. Like the lives, like the Thursday lives are a little bit different because I can sort of shout people out more in real time and more people are in the chat and whatever. But for me, I am careful about what videos I watch if I know we're going to handle a specific topic that's not new. Like I'll watch a gold card video, right? Because gold card has been talked about to death. But if Amex released a new card, I might not watch videos until we talk about it on the podcast.
Or does a refresh or relaunches a card
Right.
or whatever. Yeah. Nope. I've unsubscribed. There's a certain authenticity that can be lost for sure. And a lot of those folks, even if I haven't unsubscribed, I've just completely checked out on some folks.
I would love it. I would love it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would love it.
So, fun fact, I briefly mentioned this on Saturday night. The marketing director was like, yeah, I would love to add them. I've tried calling them. There's no one there to answer the phone. Because Amtrak, federal agency. Guess what happened?
Mm-hmm. Small skirmish.
No. Blame the con man.
Yeah. They are, Servizio, they are valuable. You can get a Amtrak card.
Yep. Issued by First National Bank of Omaha, which is fun. I don't think there's anyone available to kind of like work with to update point transfers and stuff like that. Rove tried. Rove can't get a hold of anyone. And they used to be a transfer partner with Chase. Then they went and set up the First National Bank of Omaha card. Their points are worth like 2.6 cents per point. Like, they're insanely valuable points to get. You can buy them.
They're expensive, though.
But yeah, they're expensive. They're not as expensive as leading hotels of the world points, but
no,
they're expensive.
I think we all have, Keith.
Yes.
I'm not, guys. I see your comments. I'm not going to put any that are named in the negatory because I'm nice like that. But I do see them. Like, here's the thing. I think credit cards are so specific. Like, I think Spathco has said, like, personal finance is more personal than finance.
Yes.
You got to find somebody you vibe with. Like, and you have to find somebody that you believe. Like, if Matt came out tomorrow and was, like, singing the praises of American Express, I would do a wellness check on him. Like, if he started making videos just to get views, like, on how great the Amex Gold card is and how the Platinum is really the only card you need in your wallet, like, I would do a wellness check. But he'd also not, like, even if he gained subscribers, the subscribers that actually interact, the subscribers that actually add value are not going to buy that. Right? So it becomes this thing where you got to walk that line and you got to find the people. You got to find the people that vibe with you, I suppose, would be the easiest way to say that.
Yeah. And you do want to make sure that they're being accurate. You do want to make sure that they're, giving you the card details and things like that. But like, if I came out tomorrow and was just like, hey, $895 for a card that gets you one multiplier outside of their portal and 1x on everything else and all of these great benefits is like the best thing you could possibly do with your life, yes, please do a wellness check on me, especially because you can get like a lot of the same things for like $595 if you're willing to buy a founder's card.
I can also just like, I could physically drive to roughly your general area and just start asking around for the man who makes raccoon hands.
They wouldn't know me.
Oh, sorry. That was not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. I try to stay accurate, and I don't report it as advice, right? Like I say that there are things that you could theoretically do, but in no way do I like want you to think that you have to do that or should do that. Like when I theory craft, it is like, here are some stupid things you could do, but I do try to stay as accurate to the card, as accurate to strategy as possible. But I'm also not going to be somebody who's going to be like, hey, just live with the chase trifecta. It's all you need. When I don't even like 1/3 of the chase trifecta.
You don't like 2/3 of the chase trifecta. And depending on which sapphire card, you might not like all 3 parts of the chase trifecta.
That's fair.
I really, speaking of the chase trifecta, I am super interested to see what, like, the longer the CSP goes without getting updated, the more interested I am in what that card is going to look like when it finally gets the update.
I have a feeling we're going to see we're going to see the CSP and the Hyatt cards next month.
That would be, so we had the fun of ChatGPT creating a Hyatt card, which, you know, we'll see if it's true, right? We'll see if that really was made up or if any of it, like, because if any of that actually happens, that's a red flag on it was just a college project. What do you, so if you could, if they gave Matt Clausen the ability to change this card, what would you actually do to it? Like, or I shouldn't say change it. High-end Hyatt card. What would you actually put on it?
So we're looking at $595 or $695 to start with the annual fee. Earnings, I honestly would just make this card stupid simple to earn on. It would get 5 times base points plus 7 times bonus points, so 12x Hyatt points, but it's the stupid way that it breaks down. I would give it a 2x base. Don't even bother with like highest spend in 3 categories. Don't even bother like that. It's just 2x. There's already a $495 2x Hyatt card on the market. Let's just do the $595 Hyatt card as 2x Hyatt, 2x everything, 12x at Hyatt. And then semi-annual Hyatt credit. I would give the card Explorer status because Explorer isn't all that much better than Discoverist, and it's nowhere near as powerful as Globalist. You could spend toward Globalist. You could, with like, I don't know, every $10,000 gets you 5 nights, like on the business card. You can start off with like 15 or 20 nights on the card, like elite nights per year on the card. Those nights don't count toward your first milestone reward. So, you know, if you want to spend, that's fine. If you want to stay, that's fine. You still have to hit 40 nights with your first milestone reward, or 20 nights for your first milestone reward. But that would give you 40 total nights, which puts you 2/3 of the way to Globalist. I think if you're already Globalist, it should give like Greg from Frequent Miler put on his wish list something like Hyatt Privé booking. If you are Globalist and you hold the card, I think something like that would be fantastic to do. If you're Hyatt Global, if you hold Globalist and you hold this higher end card, all of your bookings can be done Privé, which would be just fantastic, right? And Privé is their version of Marriott Stars, Hilton, Impresario. It's what you can book like when you book the Edit or you book classictravel.com or Virtuoso. It's just the extra $100 on property credit, the free breakfast, which is already a Globalist perk, but like maybe they give you free dinner and I don't know, right? But like that Privé booking option would be fantastic. It could also give you credits at the all-inclusive. I'm not in on all-inclusives, but like a all-inclusive type reward would be fantastic, right? So those are like the big points that I would hit. It would come with Chase's travel protections because you're paying $595 for it. It would come with, I don't know if it would come with lounge access. I don't know that I necessarily want to give it lounge access because not a lot of cards give you lounge access. Like Hilton took it away, and that didn't seem to be an issue. So I don't mind that one bit. I think $595, 12x at Hyatt, 2x base, Explorist, 20 nights, and Globalist specific perks if you have Globalist and hold the card, like Privé booking, would be pretty fantastic. And like a semi-annual credit of some sort. I think that would be plenty.
Thoughts on the new Hyatt and Marriott offers, Matt?
The Marriott offers, it's interesting that it's $200K on the Brilliant, $175 for the Bevy. You still couldn't pay me to get the Bevy or the Bountiful. The Boundless going to 4 nights with a tier of $3,000 for 3 nights and $1,000 for another night in 4 months is pretty interesting. And then the World of Hyatt business card. My conspiracy theory is that this is the last elevated offer you see on that before they introduce new cards. And I do think that there's going to be a higher end business card as well. What that card will be, I don't know.
Matt, you can only run a single card. What card are you running?
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask it for once.
No, I get that. It needs a retool. But probably the Venture X.
Okay.
I don't love it, but like 2x across the board, annoying transfer partners. But like you can still make their transfer partners work because there's enough overlap with the other companies that like I can transfer to Air. If I can transfer to Air Canada, I can still do a good number of United bookings. Didn't notice that Bilt has weekly 5x offers because I don't have a Bilt card. But
I
yeah,
did. They have not been useful for me so far.
They can be. But yeah, only one card. Like I'll still get travel benefits. I'll still get use out of it. I can still go into the lounge. I can still do a bunch of other things. But I don't love it.
You're gonna hate my answer.
It's the Wells Fargo autograph. Oh, it's the platinum. Well,
it's the platinum.
You'd be going for those 75K benefits.
No, I would just be using the portal for everything. Because then I'd get 5x on hotels and flight. Well, I get flights anyway, but I get 5x on hotels. I genuinely have noticed them. They just haven't been useful for me specifically. But I live in the middle of the country.
Yeah. If you could pay yourself back at a guaranteed like 1.625, maybe. but I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
rather Hyatt hedge their bets and give themselves the 2x than rely on that 2x.
I would not. I would get out of credit cards.
Maybe buying groups, but I don't have I'm not liquid enough to do it right now.
So Matt, I have a
You.
very important topic that I'm very interested in right now.
All right.
I have like 60,000 Hilton points, and I have no earthly idea of what to do with them.
You mean Hyatt points?
I meant to say Hyatt points. If I said Hilton points, I'm sorry. I'm literally looking at a Hyatt website right now. I have no idea what to do with them.
What is the Park Hyatt? What does the Park Hyatt in New York City cost per night right now?
Let's find out together.
And like, look at the junior suite.
Let's find out together. I really did mean Hyatt, Keith. I just must have said the wrong word. Hold, please.
Yep.
I'm logging myself in.
I have 320,000 Hilton points that I don't necessarily know what to do with.
Can we just log in? Do I have to get a link from a freaking email, Hyatt?
I prefer it, but yeah. Oh, it's 35 to 45K. It was 45,000 for standard room. Okay. Well, you could spend a night at the Park Hyatt in New York City.
I'm not like, if I'm gonna do a Hyatt, I'm gonna do at least a couple of nights in a Hyatt.
Oh, then you got to drop down to like a Dreams.
Like, I'm not looking to like do one incredible night somewhere. That doesn't interest me. Like, I'm talking 3 to 5 nights somewhere.
Can somebody look up the Beekman, because I'm too lazy to look up on my own?
The hell's the Beekman?
It is a Thompson property in New York City. It's category.
I'm not really interested in going to New York City. Like,
right, but you're like, I'm looking at it as like, you can look at the Thompson, like some pretty upscale Thompsons, some pretty upscale type locations. I want to say the Park Hyatt in DC is pretty decent.
Ooh, there's one in the French Quarter. There's a Cat 4 in the French Quarter.
Yeah, but I think that's a Hyatt. I don't remember. One second.
A Hyatt something.
Vamp for a minute for me, please.
Yes, I can do that. All right, let's see. I'm doing a Friday through a Monday in the French Quarter. It's Cat 4 points. Let's see. That is less. That is definitely less. It's also 15,000 points for the Hyatt-centric French Quarter New Orleans, which that would be nice because I want to go back to New Orleans. So something like that could work. And guys, like I said, we're doing an AMA, so if you have any more questions, please. I'm actually staying at that Kimpton. I am taking my friend to New York City for her birthday, and we are staying there to go to a show. So I'm excited to check out that Kimpton. Yeah, but guys, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Eliza Jane and Nola, I have heard about how nice that is. I need to spend my Hyatt points first, and I think Eliza Jane is not Hyatt, so I can't do it that way.
It is leaving Hyatt on March 20 something, I think.
Yeah. I knew they were leaving this month, so that's not gonna work.
Nope, it's going to Marriott.
Juan, if it was like a sword, I would do it. I could do that, but I've already spent a night in Vermont, and I'm trying to do the whole night in a bunch of different states thing.
Hold on.
The New Orleans one might work. It's 15,000 a night, so I could do like 4 nights, which would be nice. I did find the frequent miler that has like the best category 3 and 4s,
Yeah.
which would be cool. I could like go to a place and watch a NFL game or a baseball game, which would be cool as well. There's one in San Francisco. I just don't know how many points a night it is.
So let's say you did 1, 2, 3, 3 nights at the newly flagged Hotel 1000 that used to be a Hilton property. It's in Seattle. The Hotel 1000 is 25,000 points a night.
It's not bad.
So you could do 2 nights in Seattle.
I could go down to San Antonio and go to the Riverwalk. That's a Cat 3.
Yep.
Park City. Hyatt Regency in Seattle is a 4.
There you go.
Thompson's a 4 in DC. Good to know.
Find a friend with a corporate that likes, and then find a Hyatt. 17 nights. Then it's only 3 more nights for Globalist. There you go.
I don't
The corporate
need
set.
Globalist though.
The corporate challenge. Well, you could do 10 nights and keep Explorist for a year.
But what would it actually get me if I'm always staying at IHG or Hilton?
Literally
Like
nothing.
all it would get me is the status in my app.
Yes.
So for me, I could do Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I do need to do a night in Rhode Island.
The only way I'm getting Explorers right now is if they slapped it on the Sapphire Reserve.
Is Choice Titanium status underrated?
It's brand new. It's new. Its most interesting feature is that you can book some of their highest end properties, like the top end of Radisson or Radisson USA, because international Radissons are not owned by are not Choice properties, but like Radisson Blue, Radisson Red, Cambria's Ascent properties, and like 1 or 2 others, you can get with titanium status. You can get those for half off. Like that is the biggest perk of titanium, but their point totals to begin with were already a little like high. So half off ain't nothing, but it's also like apparently not as amazing as people thought it would be.
I could do Seattle, 18,000 points a night.
Yep.
Not bad. We talked about it on the podcast. I book as soon as I have the information to book. I don't wait.
Yeah. If you're thinking about doing a redemption in the fall, you especially airline, you'll want to lock that in now. The best thing to do, honestly, would be looking for the transfer partners that don't charge fuel surcharges on points bookings. There's not a ton of them. I know SAS doesn't. I know JAL doesn't. That's Japan Airlines. I know Cathay doesn't charge the same charges on like British Airways that British Airways charges. So like I would be looking, if you're not sure right now, I would be looking at airline transfer partners that do not charge fuel surcharges. That will save you some money, but surcharges are about to, like, the fuel charges are about to go through the roof.
Yes.
And if you thought Spirit was about to fall apart at any point, yeah, it's going to come quicker. What are your thoughts on Universe before the Big Bang? I don't know.
Because it was cold and compressed. That's what
cold.
I got.
Before the Big Bang, because like the Big Bang is just an immersive, like a huge release of energy, right? So that energy had to begin somewhere, but from where, I don't know.
He meant 150,000. You're gonna want to use them. Like, I'm not saying turn and burn, but exit strategy.
I would look to see if there are partners that American you can book with American Miles and not be assessed a major fuel surcharge.
Now I'm just like looking up trips that I don't know if I'm taking this year. Could get an executive suite at a Hyatt Regency for 23 a night.
See,
Not bad.
you had options.
I do have options. It's not bad. I can make that happen. Let's see. Anything else, y'all? We've been on it for about an hour and a half. We've got 37 of you watching. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Matt, any final thoughts? Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't have much. I mean, I'm checking the subreddits right now. Waiting to hear back from Chase. The Rove meetup was cool. Yeah, I got nothing at the moment.
Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. So Built decided to put a 0.2% transaction fee on things just cuz. So that's fun.
Yeah, so and like they've put out some blah language at the moment on that. Anchor apparently sent out an email on it. But it was the same as like what a spokesperson gave to Gary Leff at View from the Wing. This has hit major publications now because like nobody can answer for it. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if this is cardless. Built can do no wrong. Built will say that they are obviously unaware of what happened, and then we'll get to the bottom of it and we'll reimburse people. Sure. If it's cardless, it's bad. If it's column, it's bad. If it's Blue Owl through column, through whatever, trying to get like a little something off of the top, because this is fractions of a penny, right?
Right.
And like the whole part of the Initech scam from Office Space was like, oh, it's fractions of a penny, they'll never notice. Except when they notice. And like the people who are signing up for your card right now are hardcore nerds who look at everything, and when everything isn't lining up properly,
We are
just
hardcore nerds. That's true.
like they're going to notice that it doesn't add up properly. And then when they're assessed something, like what they've tracked as their charges versus what came out, like it's not great. And that you don't have an answer for it is also not great. They've said that they're going to do a refund. They're going to refund people. I assume that they're going to tighten up the code from one point or another. Again, Cardless doesn't have anything to say. Built is going to blame Cardless. Maybe Cardless throws the blame at Column Bank, but like nobody is going to take responsibility for this. And it'll be yet another part of what has been a terrible rollout, where nobody was ready for prime time with this, because you can't design and launch a card in 4 months. There's a reason
Also,
we've waited forever for like a Hyatt premium card. There's a
I got
reason.
this today.
What's that?
Which is my Welcome to Citi A Advantage Platinum Select World Elite MasterCard.
Nice.
So I got that with the information. Imagine a company giving you information in paper about what is about to happen to your card.
I've never heard of such a thing.
So yeah, so I have the information. It tells me what date I can make a on April 27th, I can register with Citi for my new account. So I have that. I wanted to keep the Built from like going full volcano. Also, I am not Like, I did well in science in school. I love science. This is above my pay grade, friend.
Yeah, no. This is more Star Talk than anything. Apologies. I think the Toronto Maple Leafs have quit for the season. They're done. They don't want to keep playing hockey. They clearly don't want to play for Craig Berube. And I don't think that Austin Matthews will be captain of the US team going forward. It'll be one of the Kachuk brothers. Probably Matthew, because he's the bigger rat.
I think it is the Seiko Alpinist GMT. I think that watch is really cool. It's got a cool heritage, and I want one.
Yep.
I am kind of watching it.
I didn't necessarily want Italy to lose yesterday, but I wanted Mexico to score enough runs to boot out the US, because the US's arrogance should not be rewarded with them moving on to the quarterfinals. But good on Italy.
So I am either going to get an AA or not an A card, AT&T card, because I have AT&T, so $10 a month off my bill would be nice. I don't really want a custom like, I don't want anything from Citi that I need to put in my Apple Wallet, because I just don't want to deal with that. So if I did it, it would be something where I wouldn't need to put it anywhere. I actually don't know the custom cash off the top of my head. So hold please while I pull this up. Let's see. And I'm sure Matt could say it off the top of his head, but sometimes I want to just see what I got. So here we go. Custom cash. All right. We have restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select travel, select transit, select streaming, drugstores, home improvement, fitness, live entertainment. The only one that could sort of kind of work on is streaming, but I have other places to put streaming. So that one is probably a no. When people have asked so far about it, they've only been given other AA cards, or I want to say it was like the Strata Elite. I don't necessarily need a Strata Elite.
No.
Though getting a Strata Elite so I could talk about City Nights every week on the podcast and make Matt's head explode would be kind of fun.
Oh, I just tune out at a certain point.
This is also true. Yes. Catholic priests did a lot of science back in the day.
Yes.
Like a shocking amount of science.
They were also the only ones who could learn to read and write in a good portion of medieval Europe. So
it wasn't necessarily allowed. It was had the free time to.
Also that. My Bellary purchase is still not moved depending on Rove. That's annoying.
My Neo has shipped. I can see it. It's in Connecticut. Having two Strata Elites is kind of a flex. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think my personal hell might in fact be a cruise. There are too many people and I don't drink.
I wouldn't necessarily mind a cruise, but there are a lot of people.
Like, I totally get why people like cruises. I am not cruise shaming at all. For me, too many people, too much alcohol. Just does not appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't really gamble, so like going to the casinos on them. I get it. Rideshare, yeah, I have a rideshare card, so, and I don't, like, I buy tickets occasionally, but not super often. But yeah, we'll see. Go ahead.
Oh no, rideshare got 3x Wells Fargo or concert tickets, I got 4x Wells Fargo.
Yeah. So for me, like the custom cash when it like the only thing I could sort of see if I made it just my gas card, because I'm gonna get rid of the business gold. I have decided like that card does not give me the value because I have the personal gold now. So I have the 4x dining. So I don't need I don't have a gas card. I don't use gas very much, but we do have two cards that are gas in my house. So there is that. No, I totally understand there's no requirement to drink, but there is just a bunch of alcohol. I don't like being around people who are drinking. Like, I don't have like it's this weird thing of like I don't really have a substance abuse problem. I just don't enjoy being around people who are drinking. So for me, like I don't have to drink and I don't, but I don't also want to be around people who are doing it. So it's that weird like I don't go to bars anymore just because I don't enjoy watching people drink. Um, so it's that weird like thing of just like it's just not for me. But you do them and you love them and I love that for you. So
I do at least
there we go.
appreciate that they're all inclusive. That is at least a plus.
They can be, though I've heard, and Clinton would know better than me, but like I have heard that like some are sneakily fee heavy, like on what you get.
Oh, then I'm out.
Yes, there are duty-free watch stores. If, say, one of my parents or a relative was going on a cruise and had access to a duty-free watch store, there would also be that. My watch taste tends to be more like micro brands, which are harder to find like in a store like that. Usually you have to go to a jeweler or a specific watch store, and that's where they are. Like my Traska isn't really anywhere. Um, so there's that. Um, I tend to I tend to like the micro brands, though I really do want that Seiko. I have not really looked into brew watches, Dong. Um, Not a brand I'm super familiar with. My Manta will first day of spring, I'm switching to the dive watch. Um, I'll be rocking the Manta Ocean King 3 for spring, which will be nice because I'll have it on for DC.
Yep.
Matt, how I want to ask you now, I want you on the record now. How are the Mets going to do in the year 2026?
They'll find a way to disappoint.
I mean, yeah, well, Mets, but
No, could they win the NL East? Yes. Could they make a long run into the playoffs? Also, yes. Could they collapse in the last week of the season and go from winning the division to completely out of the playoffs? Also, yes. And could they be out of it completely at the All-Star break? Yes. Like I don't know. Like it is silly. It is all the food is included on Virgin, so no restaurant upcharges. That's nice. I don't know what direction they go. If Nolan McLean is awesome and Freddie Peralta doesn't wilt under the pressure of pitching in New York, perfect. They'll have a nice little start to things. This move certain characters out of the clubhouse who were beloved in the clubhouse for certain reasons and not well received for other reasons. Keith, they can rip my heart out and stomp on it. They've already done that twice. 2000. No, I'm sorry. They did it 3 consecutive years in a row, 2006, 2007, 2008. I lost lots of joy in those 3 seasons as a Mets fan. Like almost all of it.
you should always keep every card open for a year before canceling it. Just
Yes.
if it's a no fee card, there's no reason not to keep it open for at least the first year.
Yeah. Unless, yeah.
Unless like you know, it's a Credit One card or something.
Or something with like a 60% interest rate.
Yeah. So I asked Gemini, how is the NL East going to shake out in 2026? Would you like to hear the predictions?
Hold on, let me guess them first. Phillies winning the division.
No.
Braves winning the division?
They have the Braves at 92 and 70.
Yeah, throw that out. That's trash.
They also have the Mets at 90 and 72. If you cancel an Amex card before the first year, they are not going to give you another card.
Yeah. So you may want to cancel another card first. Yeah. 2006 to 2009 was a horrible time to be a Mets fan. Benefits from travel sports when someone else books group.
Ask them to let you book your room.
Any thoughts on how to get benefits from travel sports when someone else books group rate rooms, therefore paying cash for most rooms?
Can you PayPal them?
Are you the one booking the group rate?
I am guessing no.
Because if you're the one booking the room rate with cash, if this has to do specifically with a Hilton question from the podcast earlier this week, I would get a Hilton branded card and maximize my earning at Hilton and get status.
My guess is they are not the person booking. Ron, please correct me. I don't think you're the person booking. I think somebody else is booking and you are giving them money.
Yeah.
So there are ways, because I've been to weddings where they do this, where like they just reserve 7 rooms, say, and you then go and buy your room. They're not paying for all the rooms up front. They're reserving a block. If they can do that, then definitely get a Hilton card.
Yeah. Group rates don't usually get all the benefits and points. Yeah, there's that.
Also, see if they'll just let you book your own rooms. Like, I've had travel teams where, like, as long as you stayed in the same hotel, you did not have to book with the group. You just had to be in the same hotel.
Yep.
And if you get the list of where everybody is staying early enough, you can just do that.
Yep.
So that is one option. Like, it really is going to depend on. You also could be you could become the team dinner person. Like you buy team dinner, everybody pays you for team dinner. Like if the hotel itself is not an option for you to get points off of that, gas, team dinner, other things like that have to become how you make them if you cannot get points off the hotel. But I seriously would ask, like, as long as you stay in the same hotel, can you just book your own rooms? Because you're probably not, I know those group rates, you're probably not saving a whole bunch. And this way you'll get all points and status and whatever. And if you get the Surpass, you're getting gold, which could help. If you get the no fee Hilton card, you're still getting silver. So it really depends on the situation there. But
so it looks like the
more
chat
information, that one's hard. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, looks like the chat wall is leaving Hyatt for a brand new hotel brand.
Really?
The Wolseley. Yeah. Wolseley Hotels today announced its global launch, that its inaugural property is set to open in New York City in early 2027. Located steps from Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, the Wolseley Hotel New York will mark the brand's first hotel worldwide and establish New York as a flagship destination for the Wolseley Hotels. I'm probably mispronouncing that. The opening will also introduce the Wolseley Restaurant and Bar to the United States for the first time, bringing one of London's most celebrated dining institutions to an international stage. The hotel occupies the landmark building at 130 West 44th Street, originally constructed in 1905 as the clubhouse for the Lambs Club and designed by the distinguished architectural firm Who Freaking Cares. Associated with Broadway's creative community and New York's cultural elites, the address remains an enduring symbol for the city's theatrical and artistic heritage, blending British sophistication with New York's cultural energy. How poncy. Yeah. So the Wolseley Hotel New York will feature 76 generously proportioned guest rooms and suites, thoughtfully conceived to combine classical elegance and modern restraint. I can't keep reading this like that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it looks like it's where the chat wall is, and it's going to be a minor hotel brand. Oh, Minor Hotels is part of Global Hotel Alliances. Cool.
That is nice. I am glad the Mets stay in good hotels. Like, if your owner is that wealthy, somebody should.
I mean, were they really slumming it at like Days Inns when at the end of the Wilpon era?
I don't know. Were they?
Maybe they deserved it.
I have not applied for a card just because it looks cool. That I can say.
I did. It was stupid.
Is it the X1 or M1 or M15?
Sure is. It sure is.
I think like this question like makes me feel I need a shower.
No. Straight up no. Emirates is going to charge what Emirates is going to charge because Emirates knows that they can charge that what Emirates charges. Qatar is going to charge what Qatar can charge because they know that they can charge that. And the only one that might have to do a fire sale of any sort to like bring people back might be Oman. But Emirates, Qatar, Fly Dubai, Saudi might as well because they're a relatively new airline. They're all going to be able to charge what they charged before because people are going to fly it. They know people are going to fly it. They might not necessarily route as many flights through Doha or Abu Dhabi as they do now. Like they may have to do some direct or more Fifth Freedom flights, but they're not going to change their operations because of what's going on. And they can blame the U.S. government for what's going on, and they can get away with that because it's true. Okay. I have an idea of where that is. No mention of the other one moving. Although now I have to look into this as a brand for sure.
Yes.
Not
so many brands.
For a company I don't work for.
I am shocked by that. All right, Matt. Any final thoughts? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything you got?
No, I got nothing. Oh, I already knew it was launching under GHA. Why am I doing that? No, I got nothing else at the moment. We'll see if we can get more topics with this next week. What's up?
Oh, sorry. This was from 26 days ago. Never mind.
What?
I was reading. It was the categories for the Freedom Flex, and I realized where we are in the world in terms of days.
They'll officially announce Q2 in 3 days, but I think we already know it's going to be like.
God. I realized it was 26 days ago.
Yeah, I forget what it is off the top of my head, but it doesn't matter.
It does not. That's all. That if it's the most expensive Hyatt redemption in the U.S., that's just silly.
The chat wall, yeah. I'm trying to remember why it might be, but it's up there. It's silly. It's like 90,000 points a night or something like that.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, especially when you can't earn them on Chase Ink cards anymore, or as easily with Chase Ink cards anymore.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will be back on Monday, 8:30. Kid and I should be live. And then we will record the podcast. If you're a Diamond member, you get to watch us record it live. If you want to become a Diamond member, you can go to stackyourpoints.com and we've got some membership info. If you want to check out Matt, you can also go to stackyourpoints.com and there are links to Matt's channel, my channel, and Lonnie's channel. Check us out there. Podcast drops on Wednesdays, Tuesday. Lonnie's 10 Questions With will drop. He was kind enough to let me do that. I am going to put something in the Discord. If you are a member and want to do a 10 Questions With, you'll be able to put your hat in the ring to do that, because I want people who want to do it. I just don't want to have to go tap a bunch of people on the shoulder and be like, hey, you want to do a thing. So that will be coming up the next day or two. Anything else, Matt? Did I forget anything in the wrap up?
Nope. Oh, merch is also available through stackyourpoints.com.
Yes. If you want a Matt Kuhn shirt, get one. They're delightful. They make my day better.
There you go. With that, it's time to say goodnight, Matt.
Say goodnight, Matt.
See y'all. Oh, and it's a resort, not a category 8. All right. But bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.